Hi, I'm Brandon. I'm your host of the Victory Bell podcast. Now, we've made some changes. We've got our lighting. We've got a better setting now, so we're not as echoey. I've had a feedback. Someone thought I was sitting on the toilet. Obviously, I'm not. I was in the utility room. It was very echoey. So we have made the changes. We will continue to improve as we go along. And we do, and we will be successful. And so, like I say, we're always sponsored by Umbrella Peer Support, a free group that we do find solutions to people's everyday problems. And this is this is what our podcast is about: finding your solutions, not just sitting in a room with a glass talking about how the glass is cold or how you can taste the water. It's about finding your solutions. It could be a simple solution. It can be something we can work with you on. This is what I've found over the years, because what I want to be talking to you about today is how Umbrella Peer Support was born. How we were born was inspiration. A little bit about my story on how I went to the day centres and I've seen people not quite with it because they're so doped up on medication. And I went to a couple of those day centres because I did need the support at the time. And I thought, okay, so I'm sitting here colouring in like a kid. I mean, looking back at it, my wife, she works with kids and I colour in and she works in a nursery. So, I mean, I'm colouring in this picture, but I'm not finding my solution to my trauma. Yes, okay, I am. I was speaking to a therapist. I was speaking to the nurse. I was getting support with that, but I wasn't finding my niche. I wasn't finding my support for me. My support for me has always been people around me and Umbrella Peer Support Group. I'll tell you why. Because 8 years ago, like I said in my nearly 9 years ago, I lost my daughter. My last episode did highlight that, so if you want to watch it, if you haven't already watched it, please do go ahead. There is trigger warnings for that, infant death. From what I went through, I thought, I can't be the only one here who genuinely needs solutions to my issues, because I did feel alone. I did feel I needed that boost in life. My boost in life is helping people. It always has been. It always will be. Now, I met a couple of people, Leah and a guy called Andy, and we created Umbrella Peer Support. Now, the group itself, we're a community and we all support each other. We all help and find solutions to each other's problems. And that's what I think peer support is about. Having a friendship, having a community where we can all work together to find that solution. This is what our podcast is all about. Finding a solution, having this community, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and eventually we will be posting on X. in future. So having this community, having this platform to be able to speak to you guys and find your solutions, if it's relationships, if it's your mental health, anything you're having your issues, we will look to find your solutions. If it's working with you over a period of time, or if it's a simple case of giving you the right tools to be able to say, okay, I suppose I needed this boost, like I did when I created Umbrella. Now, I'll give you a quite traumatic story. I remember it was one of my first cases I did come across, because when we had opened our Umbrella Peer Support, we did market a lot on buy and sell groups back then, because TikTok wasn't around, Instagram wasn't as big, so we managed to get quite a lot of interest. So I remember this person, I won't say their names for confidentiality, because we always respect that in every way. So this person, she wasn't well. Going to place a few trigger warnings in place just for your own protection. So the trigger warnings will be attempting suicide, and it will be quite traumatic because it did involve her family. So if you want to skip this part, I'll talk about this about a minute or so, then you can carry on with the video if you wish. So I was speaking to this lady. We've been speaking for about a week, and this all led up to this event. Now, she was having a lot of issues in her marriage. She was having a lot of issues in her personal, just her work life, her mental health, and she just wasn't well in herself at all. So one evening, I think it was a Friday, coincidentally, I just finished work, and she messaged me and said, I'm really, really struggling. I said, okay. I was like, let's have a talk. What are you struggling with? She says, getting voices in my head. They're telling me I need to set my bed alight and for me to sit in this bed. I was like, okay, this sounds quite, this in myself, I was quite nervous, obviously. Because she was in a flat, and it was a blocked flat, so if she was going to do this, it was not only going to put her own life in danger, her husband's life, and her young children's life in danger. I thought, okay, so I tried to calm her down. She wasn't calming down. We did everything that she uses herself. So her coping strategies. So it was sometimes the breathing techniques do work. I'm not going to lie, they do really work. But it's not, So I said, okay, let's breathe. Let's just breathe. So it got to the point where, okay, I need to video call you, make sure you're okay. She wasn't answering. I thought, okay, I need to speak to the other admins. And they said, she's gone silent on us. We've been trying to get hold of her as well. It turned out she had actually gone through with it. She put lighter fluid all over her bed with her kids in the flat, with her husband in the flat, and she let it if I hadn't decided to make that phone call, okay, the husband might have called, or the residents might have called, but it would have ended in real tragedy because I made that initial call. I called the police and she got the support. And okay, she was sectioned, but I continued to support her over the years. And okay, she's not allowed to see her kids. She's not her husband and her divorced, but she is bettering herself. She's not self-harming. She's not thinking of suicide. And that's the success stories. The most extreme, yes, they're the most extreme, but they're success stories that we have faced over the years. That's just one of them. I've told you another one of them about the homeless person I helped straight away. Now I've got a family. These are the sort of things that really give us joy in life and give us drive to be able to give you those solutions. Because when we think of solutions, we think of it like a quick fix. And obviously we are a solutions provider. But sometimes for some people, it does take a little longer just to find that thing in life. And creating an umbrella was my solution. And I've grown as a person. I'm sitting doing this podcast, for God's sake. I'm doing this now. So, and over the years, we have come, like I say, we have come across some real extreme cases, and and when you guys talk to us, if you want to come to us on Facebook, if you want to come to us on Instagram, contact us because we will listen. We'll get to know you personally, and if you need that solution in life, if you're struggling with anything, we will help you. And I know I keep saying about therapists, they do an amazing job. I'm not slagging them off. I'm literally just saying for many people, it doesn't give them the right solution for their everyday life.